In a small, pretty village, there lived a happy couple named Aliyu and Zainab. Aliyu was a hard-working farmer, and Zainab sold beautiful baskets and woven mats in the village market. She was a trader. Together, they were known for being successful in their work and kind to everyone. People admired them for their wealth and thought that the family was blessed because they had two healthy and playful boys. Zainab's mother-in-law would always say, "At least Zainab is fruitful. She has given us boys." The boys loved helping the father on the farm, and when they weren't working, they played football with other kids in the village. Everyone saw the family as perfect. But one day, Zainab started wishing for something more. As she sat with Aliyu one evening, she told him, "Regina, my husband, I want a daughter, a little girl I can cook with. I can braid her hair. I can sing songs together." She smiled dreamily, imagining it. Aliyu, who was resting, replied, "But Allah has already blessed us with two strong boys, Zainab. I'm not complaining." Zainab rolled her eyes and huffed. "Of course you're not complaining. You have what you want." She got up and left the room quickly, leaving Aliyu puzzled. What is she planning? He wondered. Not long after, Zainab became pregnant again and gave birth to yet another boy. Everyone celebrated the new baby, but Zainab was not happy. She wanted a daughter. Aliyu noticed and said gently, "Zainab, Allah has blessed us with another beautiful child. Perhaps Allah has destined for us to have only boys. We should accept our fate and be grateful." But Zainab, she couldn't stop thinking about having a daughter. She took care of her newborn son, but as soon as he grew strong and could walk, her desire for a baby girl returned. Driven by her desire, Zainab decided to do something drastic. So one day, she traveled far from the village to see a mysterious old priest who was known to perform strange rituals. She didn't care if it was dangerous. She was determined to get a daughter after all. When she reached the priest's home, "I want a daughter. I want a daughter," she boldly told the priest. The priest smiled strangely and replied, "That is easy, but you have to follow my instructions." Zainab smiled, thinking, "That's it, no problem. Instructions, I can handle that. Just tell me what to do." The priest leaned in close. "When your daughter grows up, no one is allowed to choose her a husband. She must marry whoever she chooses, no matter who it is." Zainab hesitated for a second, then she shrugged it off. That's fine. I don't care about the future. I just want my daughter now." She quickly agreed, thinking that the future is far and she would deal with it when she gets there. Ignoring the weight of her decision, to her it was no big deal. She agreed. Sooner, Zainab became pregnant again. And this time, she gave birth to a very, very beautiful daughter called Rashida. The whole village couldn't stop talking about how pretty she was. "Wallahi, your daughter is so beautiful," they would say. Zainab was proud, but deep down, she began to worry, especially as Rashida grew into a young woman. Zainab remembered the promise she had made to the priest. She wondered, what will happen when my Rashida is old enough to marry? She wondered nervously. Time passed. Rashida became even more beautiful. Suitors, men who wanted to marry her, lined up at their door. But Rashida had a problem. She didn't like any one of them. "He's too short," she said of one man. "He's too proud just because he has money," said of another. "Mommy, this one has too much big eyes," she complained of yet another. "So what is the problem with this one?" her father asked. "Papa, It smells like garlic. She frowned. No matter who came, Rashida found something wrong with every man. She rejected the rich. She rejected the strong. She rejected the kind. Everyone. Her parents were very worried. Aliyu, her father, was tired of it all and said to his wife Zainab, "I'm going to pick a husband for her. This has gone too far." But Zainab, remembering the priest's word, said quietly, "We can't do that, Mijina." Aliyu was confused. "What do you mean we can't do that? What have you done, Zainab?" Zainab, with tears in her eyes, explained everything. She told him about the priest, the promise, and how they had no choice but to let Rashida pick her own husband. Aliyu sighed deeply. He knew his wife was up to something, but never believed she could go that far. We have no choice, he thought. One day, while Rashida was returning from the markets, she saw a man she had never seen before. He was a complete stranger. He was tall, handsome, and his smile made her heart skip a beat. "Wow, so handsome. I wish he can talk to me," she thought to herself. Just as if he could read her mind, the man walked up to her. "Sanu," he said with a charming smile. Rashida blushed. "Sanu, I'm Usman, and I have to say that you are the most beautiful woman I have ever seen," he said sweetly. Rashida blushed even more and couldn't stop smiling. Usman asked her to meet him the next day under the big tree near the river. She rushed home and excitedly she told her mom everything about the handsome man. Zainab, feeling worried, thought to herself, "Who is this stranger?" But Rashida didn't care. She was too excited to see Usman again. The next day, Rashida eagerly returned under the tree and waited for a while, and Usman had not come. She began singing. Not too long later, Usman arrived. "I'm so sorry I'm late, my Sona, my love," he said. "Let's get married." Rashida's heart raced. Yes, I will marry you," she shouted overjoyed. She ran home and told her parents about Usman, bursting with happiness. Her father Aliyu was shocked. "Kai, yeah, but you don't even know this man," he said confused. "I love him, Daddy. He's the only man I've ever loved," Rashida replied. Aliyu sighed. He remembered what Zainab had told him about the promise she made to the priests. They had no choice. The day of the wedding came. The whole village gathered to see the man that Rashida was finally getting married to. Everyone was curious about who the stranger was. But Rashida didn't care about the gossip. She was happy. After the wedding, she got on a horse with Usman and they rode off to his village. Everyone waved goodbye. They traveled for a long time, and Rashida, tired and sweaty, asked, "Mijina, when will we arrive?" Usman, looking serious, replied, "Don't worry, my village is very far. We will soon get there." After hours of traveling, they stopped in the middle of nowhere. Rashida looked around. There were no houses, there were no people, only trees and bushes. "Why have we stopped here?" Rashida asked, feeling nervous. Usman, with a strange laugh, "This is our home," he said. Rashida looked around confused. "But there's nothing here. All I can see are trees and bushes." Then, before she could even question him further, Usman's body began to change. His legs became long and scaly. His eyes turned into slits, and before Rashida could blink with a horrifying twist, Usman had transformed into a huge snake. Rashida screamed than she had ever screamed in all her life at the top of her lungs. But there was no one around to help her. What a terrible end for poor Rashida. To be continued. If you have watched this far and you haven't subscribed, please do well to subscribe and turn on the notification bell so you'll be notified each time that we upload new interesting stories just like this one. Love you. Bye.